Hello and welcome to episode 4 of Fallout History and Lore. In the last episode, we took a look at one of the best RPGs of all time, Fallout 1. In this installment, we're going to look at what happened to the Vault Dweller after the events of Fallout 1, and what happens in Fallout 2. In May 2162, the Vault Dweller returned to Vault 13 after defeating the Master and his super mutant army, saving the human race, only to be exiled by the Overseer for the fear of encouraging a younger generation of Vault Dwellers to leave the Vault. He continued to wander the desert, never leaving the mountains that shielded the Vault from the rest of the world. Upon hearing about what happened to him, a few of the residents of the Vault decided to leave and join his side, following him soon afterwards. The Vault Dweller would eventually come into contact with a small group of dwellers. Being fresh out of the Vault, they would have surely died if not for his knowledge and experience. After this, the Vault Dweller removed his jumpsuit and never wore it again. His group members started to grow, and finding even more wanderers and wastelanders, the Vault Dweller founded a village called Arroyo. Slowly, he taught them what experience had taught him, and together they learned to thrive. Over time, the ragtag group turned into a minor tribe. The Vault Dweller fell in love with a member of the tribe named Pat and raised a family. Soon after writing his memoirs, the Vault Dweller vanished. He left his jumpsuit behind folded neatly on his bed. Some say the Vault Dweller was taken to the Sky Spirits. Others say that he felt it was time to move on and leave the Elders to guide Arroyo to its destiny. After a one-moon mourning cycle, the village began to return to normal. In the time since the Vault Dweller's exile, a new government, known as the New California Republic, has begun to unify the southern towns and is spreading to the north. A mysterious new organization known as the Enclave have emerged with the most sophisticated technology in the waste, even surpassing that of the Brotherhood of Steel. A new drug, Jet, has become a cancer on many of the towns, its addictive properties forcing many to rely on the town of New Reno to keep them supplied. Back in Arroyo, the final training of the Vault Dweller's daughter, the role of village elder, began on February 2nd. She underwent a great deal of physical training and tutoring in various sciences, mathematics, and of course weapon skills. 2 years later, she took her Mystic test, which in this test, a key ingredient is several pots worth of hallucinogens. She ran the gauntlet in the Temple of Trials, using her charm to pass most of the tests after her handgun had jammed, and was ruined after the first level. She offers numerous criticisms of the test, resulting in many revisions. 2 days later, she ascended to the role of village elder. She ruled with a steady hand and her wisdom was greatly respected. The Elder's son, later called the Chosen One, was born on March 23, 2221. In 2241, the worst dry season in many years caused a drought in Northern California area, hurting crops in Brahman and Arroyo. The Elder, having read a Gek advertisement in her father's old holodisks, decided that her son must be sent to find it, as it was the village's only hope. A Gek stands for Garden of Eden Creation Kit. It's a terraforming device created by Future Tech, a division of Vault Tech Industries. Its purpose was to revitalize areas of post-nuclear wasteland. The Gek was built as a matter-energy replicator, miraculous terraforming device, transforming an area into energy and then reforming it according to a certain molecular pattern. It kind of sounds like something from Star Trek. On July 25th, the Chosen One began his Mystic test, descending into the Temple of Trials, just like his mother had many years before. Before the war, the Temple of Trials was some kind of old church or museum. To get through the temple, the player must use several of his skills and knowledge to get around the giant rats, the rad scorpions, and many of the traps and locked doors. In the final room, there is a tribesman named Cameron, who challenges the Chosen One to one-on-one battle as the final test. When the temple is completed, the Chosen One emerges clothed in the familiar Vault jumpsuit. 2 days later, the Chosen One left his village to find the ancient device. He's given nothing more than the Vault Dweller's jumpsuit, a Robco Pit-Boy 2000 handheld device, and a Vault 13 water flask, and some cash to start the mission. While the Chosen One was on his quest on July 20th, 2242, Arroyo was attacked by Enclave soldiers and vertibirds, wearing power armor and armed with energy weapons, and the villagers were captured and brought to an oil rig. Some of them tried to resist the attackers and were killed. Hakun, the village witch doctor, was seriously wounded.
Many dark souls came riding the metal birds like a flock of hungry chitikbugs, hiding their evil in shiny skins. They kidnapped our people and took them to the southwest. Yes, great sadness and pain. I stand between worlds to tell you, Chosen. Save your people.
Now the Chosen One had one new quest, to save his people from the hands of the Enclave. Anchored in San Francisco, Poseidon Marine Vessel Valdez is an old, decaying oil tanker that allows the Chosen One to travel to the Enclave oil rig to save his village. This tanker is equipped with an IFF, that's an Identification Friend or Foe Transponder, that prevents the oil rig's defenses from sinking it. It also has a fully operational autopilot system that is necessary to help the Vault Dweller get to the oil rig. After acquiring the necessary items and fuel, the Chosen One makes his way to the oil rig. Once inside, the Chosen One can get to his people and the President in a number of ways, using stealth, or dressing in power armor and leaving his companions behind to sneak in, or just direct combat. After finding the Arroyo villagers and the Elder, the Chosen One learns that he must set the base reactor to meltdown. On your way to the reactor, you come face to face with President Dick Richardson, who gives you an amazing amount of historical and important information, mostly as a stalling tactic, telling you of his grand plan to use an altered version of the FEV virus from Fallout 1, but instead of mutating humans, it's been redesigned to kill anything mutated in the slightest. And this is also where the player learns that the vaults were designed as a grand experiment on humanity, and that Vault 13 was a baseline test group whose doors would never have been opened until needed for this experiment. The only way to get the presidential key is to kill Richardson. Down in the reactor room, the Chosen One sets the self-destruct and makes his way back out the way he came, running into Frank Hogan.
You've gotten a lot farther than you should have, but then you haven't met Frank Hogan either. Your ride's over, Mutie. Time to die.
Frank Hogan was described as a genetically engineered cyborg, psycho, total homicidal maniac, a kind of ultra super mutant in power armor. Having been witnessed laughing off plasma rifle fire and ripping Deathclaws and armored humans in half, he's one of the deadliest entities to ever walk the wasteland. Now, a little background on him: the reason he became mutated is he was part of the original team to find the FEV virus from Fallout 1. This fight is incredibly hard without the presidential keycard, which allows you to use the turrets in the area to attack Hogan. After escaping, a cutscene begins and the oil rig explodes. Alright guys, well that wraps up this Fallout lore and history video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hey, come on over to my channel, The XP Gamers, where we have mod videos for Fallout New Vegas, Fallout 3, or stick with TGN. We're gonna have a lot more Fallout history for you. Coming up next is Brotherhood of Steel. I'm gonna quickly touch on that crappy Xbox game, then Tactics will be next, and then Fallout 3. Alright guys, peace out.